I love cameras. I love using cameras. I love exploring new cameras. I love learning how to operate cameras. And if it was up to me and not up to my wife, I would probably have a different camera for pretty much every day of the month or year. But if you are a little bit more sane than I am, you are probably just looking for one camera with good photography and video capabilities. Well, my friend, then the Sony A7C might be a very interesting camera. And in this video, we're going to take it to the streets. We're going to make a video with it. And of course, we're going to do some street photography. Long story long, we're going to answer the question if the Sony A7C is a camera that can do it all. So let's see. Get it? See? No? Welcome to the city of Utrecht, or as they say in Utrecht, Utrecht. Today I'm using the A7C as if I was a tourist who'd want to shoot video as well as photos during his visit to this beautiful city. So all the video shots you see are from the A7C except for when they are clearly shot with another camera. Let's take a closer look at the camera first. The A7C is Sony's latest full-frame camera. It has a 24.2 megapixel sensor and it shoots 4K in 30 FPS. It has a flip-out screen, IBIS, and the first thing I noticed when I picked it up is that it's very compact. Today we are shooting with the 35mm 1.8. First of all, let's talk video. The image quality is great. The autofocus is very fast and responsive, and the ergonomics of the camera with the big recording button on top and the flip-out screen make it feel like a video-oriented camera. There are some downsides to the camera as well, but I will get into that later. But the first impressions of the video capabilities are really good. And then there's photography. Again, the autofocus is great, both in continuous as well as in single focus mode. The images are nice and detailed, and I really like the combination with the 35mm lens. It is a nice and compact setup, perfect for street photography and travel or documentary work. What I don't like, however, is the viewfinder. It is too small and not detailed enough, not really usable in my opinion. The lack of a usable viewfinder could be a deal breaker depending on how you want to shoot, but in my opinion the articulating screen is a very usable alternative. The overall image quality of the photos is very decent.
Ik ben aan het filmen, maar ik ben een review aan het maken van deze camera. Dus vandaar dat ik aan het filmen en aan het... Ja. Mag ik misschien even een foto maken van jullie? Ik moet ook even testen namelijk hoe die mensen fotografeert namelijk. Ja.
Ik wil een dikke foto.
Oh, mooi. En misschien nog even een portretje van iemand, eentje even dichtbij. Nice. Kijk wat hij doet met jouw zonnebril. Heel vet. Willen jullie zien hoe die eruit ziet? Ja?
I could see this camera being used as a vlogging camera as well. However, with the 35mm, it's a bit too close for vlogging. If you want to set it up for vlogging, I would recommend a small microphone like a Rode Video Micro, because my Rode Video Mic Pro was too big for this camera, making it top heavy and a little bit awkward looking. I really like the C-Rite tabletop tripod, and this combination is, in my opinion, very nice.
So this is what it sounds like when I'm using the Rode Video Micro. Unfortunately, I cannot vlog in public. It makes me feel highly insecure and not really nice. So when it comes to vlogging, you won't see a lot of vlogging from me. But anyway, this is what it sounds like.
Yep, vlogging by myself when I am amongst other people is really awkward for me. And if you are interested, this is the face I feel like I make when I try to do this. All in all, the fun factor definitely is there when shooting with the A7C. Switching back and forth between photo and video mode is quick and easy, and it really is fun to use. There are, however, a few things and considerations to take into account, and as much I would like to tell you about this while vlogging, we are all better off if I tell you this from the safety of my studio. Alright, back to the safety of the studio, because vlogging in public, well, it's too awkward. I cannot do it. The strange thing is, when I'm with someone else, it really is not a problem. But as soon as I'm by myself in a busy street, I cannot hold the camera out like this. I cannot do it. Two shout outs. The first shout out is to my friends over at Colorwood, who have sponsored this video by providing me with the Sony A7C. Thanks guys, I really look forward to working with you guys in the future again, so I hope our partnership will be long and prosperous. Second shout out is to the battery capabilities of the Sony A7C, because after a full day, well, a full afternoon of shooting, photography, video, switching back and forth, looking at the viewfinder, and with the viewfinder in the brightest settings, or the LCD screen I should say, it's still at 67%, so the battery capability is very, very good. About the camera, there are some things I really like the video capabilities. The image quality of the photos is very decent as well. I really like the articulating screen. But there are also some things to consider. First of all, and that's probably the biggest thing, is that it only has one card slot, which for me, by definition, doesn't make it a professional camera, but a camera for, well, very serious hobbyists, I should say. But if you are shooting professional and you have clients and you have a responsibility towards your clients, I think you always have to shoot redundant to two cards. So by only having one card slot, I think it by definition isn't a camera for professional use. Second of all, there are some small things. I really miss having a small rotatable wheel on the front of the camera to make some more adjustments when you are shooting. And I felt like the LCD screen is just a little bit less bright than, for instance, the Sony A7S III. I had it in the brightest settings, and as you can see, the weather today is very sunny, so that is of course a factor to take into consideration, but I felt like the LCD screen should just be a little bit brighter than it is. Also, and I did already mention this, but the viewfinder, the size and the quality of the viewfinder is just, in my opinion, not good enough. If you're looking for a camera where you can shoot through the viewfinder, I don't think the Sony A7C will be a good camera for you. So, to get back to the main question, the main subject of this video, is the Sony A7C truly a camera that does it all? I think the answer is yes. If you can live with the downsides of only having one card slot, of having a small viewfinder, and having the compact ergonomics with maybe not all the buttons and wheels where you would like them, I think then the answer is yes. The video quality with the fast autofocus, the dynamic range, as well as the way the photos come out, I think it's just very good. And also, and maybe that's the most important part, the fun factor is there. It really was fun going out with this camera and just using it and shooting with it. And I think when it comes to photography and videography, the fun factor is, well, it's probably the most important part, right? So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you aren't already a subscriber of this YouTube channel, don't forget to do so, because if you are into photography or video or camera gear, this might be a fun little channel to stick around at. I'll see you next week. Then we got a new video coming up and we are going to talk about this strange little brand called Leica. Peace.